Yeah. Here we go. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Let me tell you what, man, these last 3 weeks, the I Am Athlete podcast has been hitting some triggers. I mean, some major heavy hitters. 3 weeks ago, I spoke on Jadakiss's episode in terms of how rhymes were in his head, and then last week, Joe Hayden, the DMV's own Joe Hayden, was on, and he really spoke on the importance of having your network right. He really dived deep into how your network is your net worth. And then just yesterday, they had Joy Taylor on, the Hall of Famers, Jason Taylor's sister, I believe is his little sister. But anyway, absolutely just incredibly, not only is she a talented journalist, talented media personality and all that, she's fine as hell, and she dived deep, really deep in terms of how to balance that, how to balance her physical attraction and, you know, how people take her seriously and work on it. I highly recommend you guys go listen to it, all right? So one of the things that she said that really stuck out to me was when she was asked by Adam Pac-Man Jones, you know, she said, he said, look, would you date a nigga who was broke? He asked her straight like that, would you date a nigga who was broke? And her response to that, I thought was, just legendary response to it, because it was perfect. It was perfect in terms of what she said, and it's very important that everyone hears it. It's worth repeating. It's worth retelling, all right? She says, to answer your question, I would not date someone who is broke. However, if you have a job and you do something that you believe in, you're good. Okay? Not once did she put a dollar amount. Not once did she say a certain amount of money. She said, do you have a job? And is it something, and you're doing something that you believe in? Very important aspect to grasp, because too often, understand this. Just think about it. Think about it before I get into my point here. Think about it. At 21, maybe $30,000 sounded like a lot of money, or 18, however old you were as a teenager, a certain number sounds like a lot, versus when you're in your 30s and approaching your 40s, a lot of money is not, $20,000 is not a lot of money, right? So just understand how much it evolves, and the importance of actually doing something that you believe in, and that you feel like you could make an unlimited amount of money by doing this thing, and that you have to believe in it, right? So it got me thinking about a former client I had. Her name was Maria Hart. All right, Maria Hart was a member at 9 Round when I was a trainer there, the 9 Round implantation. And I could remember, the reason I remember her is because there actually was a time in which she had a bunch of business. So her and her husband ran a company named Hart Homes. Hart Homes, big time realtor out in South Florida. Just check them out. Just Google them. Hart Homes, right? And I, as myself, I've always very inquisitive, always asking a lot of questions about, how they got started and how they are able to make it work between husband and wife. In fact, her husband actually, for a period there, was a member at 9 Round, and he would work out with her and all that. And, I got to know him just a little bit just through his time as a 9 Round member. So anyway, I asked Maria about it one day. And I'm like, so how did your husband get it started? How did he build this empire? Because I had actually went on the website and I saw what they sell and the luxury homes and the cool things that they do. It's like, how did he get started? How do where was it at? And Maria goes, look, he had this vision, he had this thing he wanted to do, but he wasn't nearly where he wanted to be until I met him. All right, until I met him, which means it wasn't about how much money he was making at that particular point. It was about his dreams, his vision, his goals, and the things that he wanted to do. A lot like Joy Taylor just said, right? She just said it. She just said it in regards to, if you have a job and you're doing something you believe in, then you're good. So the question has to become, whether it's a man listening to me right now or a woman listening to me right now, the question has to become, how much do you believe in what you're doing every day? Or are you of the other mindset and you're just trying not to be single? I talk about that kind of stuff all the time. Are you trying not to be single? I'm telling you, if you take the latter, if you take that approach about just trying not to be single, you will be burnt. You got to take the approach of, okay, I believe in this product, and if you don't believe in what I'm doing, I'm gonna keep it moving. All right, please, for the sake of humanity, for the sake of your own distress. All right, I'm telling you, you're gonna have a much more fresher outlook on life and a much more cleaner outlook on life if you take that approach. All right. All of this and more. I'll have more on this. The one website to check out is makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. That is your one-stop shop for all your teamwork and self-development needs. Aswand Cruickshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.